Hey y'all, and welcome to Kitchen Notes from Nancy. If you're new here, I'd like to welcome you to our neighborhood, and I hope you decide to subscribe before you leave today. And if you are a returning visitor, I'd like to greet you with the customary, hey neighbor. So, with Easter quickly approaching, it will be here in 2 days. Ham is on most people's menu. So today, I'm going to share with you how I make a super quick but super delicious ham using a special ingredient. So, if you want to see how to make this ham and how I use this special ingredient, stay tuned. Okay, so the ingredients for this ham are super easy. You're going to need a can of pineapple. I'm using pineapple chunks, but you can use the pineapple rings. Just make sure they're in 100% juice because we're going to use that juice. You're going to need some ground cinnamon, brown sugar, honey, of course a ham, and this one is pretty much 7.5 pounds. It's 7.49 pounds. And then our secret ingredient is going to be Coca Cola. So give me just a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and get this ham unwrapped and washed, and we can start preparation. So before we get started, this ham is a full butt portion, and it has the bone inside, and it's also fully cooked. I think that's important to note because really we're just kind of heating up the ham and zhuzhing it up a little bit to make it what we want. And so fully cooked butt portion, and it is not spiraled. I am not a huge fan of spiraled ham just because I feel like it's cut a little too thin for my liking. So I prefer to buy the whole ham, and then once it's cooked and I get ready to serve it, I just slice it down into the size of slices that I like. So before we get started, we're going to start by scoring the top of this ham. And yes, I am cooking this in a crock pot. And the cool thing about cooking it in a crock pot, I'm going to go ahead and start scoring. And I'm just going to cut little slits in it while I talk to you. The great thing about cooking in a crock pot is that it frees up your oven for other things. So if you're making this for Christmas, if you're making it for Easter, you probably have tons of other things to cook. Macaroni, dressing, yams, just all types of goodies. And if it's for Thanksgiving, you also have a turkey to cook. So, you know, this way just kind of frees up your oven without creating a subpar or a compromised product. This ham is going to be just as delicious, you know, if we had done it in the oven. And so that's what I really like about doing my ham in the crock pot. So now that I have the ham scored, I'm gonna go ahead and open up the pineapples. Okay, and you want juice, you want the juice. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this pineapple juice over the ham. All right. And now I'm gonna take these pineapples, and just kind of get them affixed in there. And the assembly to this is super quick. Next, we're gonna go ahead and pour our secret ingredient, our Coca Cola. And this is one of those 16.9 fluid ounces, and I am going to use the whole thing. So that's the Coke and pineapple juice. Next up, gonna take just a little bit of honey and just gonna drizzle the top of this ham. And that's probably about 2 tablespoons of honey. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of cinnamon, sprinkle. That's probably about 1/4 of a teaspoon if I had to give you the measurements. And now I'm gonna take this brown sugar and we're just gonna pack it on the ham. And I'm doing the brown sugar last because it's going to stick to the honey and the other stuff. So that's why we're doing that last. And then we're gonna take the rest of this and just put down anything that falls down off in the juices are perfectly fine. Ooh, I had a little bit left. Alright. So like I mentioned to you before, this ham is already cooked. So we're really just heating it through. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn my crock pot on. I'm gonna turn it on high. And then I'm gonna set it for 4 hours. Leave it to the crock pot to I'm gonna set it for 4 hours. I don't know why it made me go backwards, but that's the beauty of recording, and I'm not gonna even worry about editing it out. So it's set on 4 hours, and we're going to check in on this about every 30 minutes or so and just continue to baste the ham. So I'll see you in about 30 minutes. So here is our first check-in. It's been going for 36 minutes and not a whole lot of change. You can see that the brown sugar has started to, you know, moisten a little bit more and cook down. So we will check in on it in about another hour. So we won't do a 30-minute check-in. We'll check on it in 1 hour. So here we are, an hour in, and as you can see, the brown sugar has really kind of melted down because of the heat. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that Coke and juice and just kind of put it on top of the ham. And those scores that we put in it, that juice will seep down in there and keep it nice and moist. Cause you don't want dry ham. Nobody wants a dry ham, especially your Easter ham. So we'll just do that a little bit and we'll top it back up, and I will check back in with you when it's done. Alrighty, so this is the ham after being in here for about 4 hours, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I had took some medication and it actually put me to sleep. So it finished the cycle and then put it on a warm cycle for me. So the ham has finished cooking and then it was on warm for about an hour and a half. So we're going to get it out of this crock pot and into a pan so you can take a look at what it looks like. And this is, it's probably, it should be super tender. So I'm gonna take a fork to help me get it out of here. The Coke turns it a slight brown color, but let's see, can I cut it for y'all? So just be careful because this is it's still kind of warm. And if you look and see how, where we scored it, it opened up, all of that flavor is down off in there. So we're going to cut a few pieces so you can see how beautiful it is. And again, I told y'all that I don't like spiral ham because I don't like my ham super thin. So that's the end of this video. It's super moist. It's going to be super flavorful. And if you're looking for a quick and easy way to make your ham for Easter, then of course give this a try. And as always, if you like this video or any of my other videos, please give this a thumbs up and leave me a comment at the bottom. So until next time, bye neighbors.